YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. Got another pickups video for you here. This is all stuff that I found today. Pretty decent haul actually, considering that it started off pretty slow. I went out at lunch and didn't really find a whole lot, but later on in the day I managed to scoop up a few deals, so I'll get started into all this stuff right now. First thing I wanted to show you here actually came around lunchtime. I went out hunting and ran into my good friend and shark rival, Long Shot. He was out and about hitting up the stores, same thing I was doing right around the same time, and I ran into him going into the Valley Village. We sort of walked around together, but one shark to another, I just managed to spot this immediately before he did and managed to grab it out. Kind of a good deal, I guess. It's sort of interesting though in the way that it's definitely not in perfect shape, but these days kind of hard to come by things. So found a Super Nintendo here. Just came with the console only. We looked around for the cords and things like that and couldn't find anything. With this one, the only thing is it's got a ding right here, a chip in the back of it, and it is beyond yellowed. The top's like kind of yellowed and the bottom is just absolutely nasty yellowed, so that's pretty interesting. The plastic here must be different because it stayed perfectly gray, but the rest of it's pretty yellowed, so I'll clean it up. It'll probably be either a parts machine depending on if it works or not, or you know, a machine that I might have to just like actually paint it or something like that. I'm not totally certain if I'm willing to do that to the system, but it's just that in this shape I doubt anybody's really going to buy it other than me for the price that I got it, which was $6. So I thought that was a pretty good deal for $6. Really wish it was in better shape, but you know, that's the deal basically with that. I do have, you know, the additional AV wires and stuff like that for it, so that's not a big deal. The only thing I'm really looking for, I guess, is a power supply for it. I don't really want to pick up one of those cheap sort of Chinese power supplies, like the, I don't know what the name brand of them are or whatever, but they're just super light and they end up working for like the NES, which I have one that works fine for the NES. It's just for the Super Nintendo, they don't really work that well. They put a lot of static on the screen, so I'm out for looking for a power supply basically for this, so I can team it up with controllers I have or whatever, and I'll try to sell it off, see if it works. If it doesn't, you know, parts machine's pretty good. Moving on from there, I stopped in at an EV Games earlier, picked up a couple of amiibos. Just thought I would add these to the collection, ones that I kind of wanted to get my hands on. So the first one I'll show you here is Toon Link. I really like these amiibos actually. I like the detail on them just as figures themselves. I don't really know if I'm that interested in putting them into the Smash game or anything like that yet, but just for the figurines themselves, pretty cool. I like this one. I already have regular Link, so pretty cool to get Toon Link. And then one that I was really pumped about getting is this one here, which is Bowser. I just love the detail on him. He's like pretty hefty and big and things like that, so really cool figurine, really one that I wanted to get my hands on, and I do love the paint job on that. It's really nicely detailed, so that's pretty awesome right there. I'm really happy with these too. They had actually quite a few at the CB Games. I don't know, like as far as like rarity and stuff like that, I don't really keep track of that. I'm not that interested in it. It's just I did want to get these figurines, so pretty happy with that. I know some people are sort of hit and miss when it comes to amiibos, but I really do like them. I like the detail on them, that's for sure. So I picked up a couple of more. I think I'm up to around 8 of them now. All the common ones for the most part I have. It's just that's what I'm looking for. There might be a few other ones that I'm interested in, but so far that's the ones that really caught my interest, that's for sure. Moving on, I'll get into a couple other finds here that actually are kind of interesting. I was down, and this is actually in the area that I thrift in. I saw it on a Facebook group, someone was selling a couple of games, and I jumped all over it because they're pretty killer deals. So the first one, which if you remember from yesterday, I picked up this here, which is the Slapshot stick. Well, if I'm showing you that, probably means you're gonna know what game it is. It's NHL Slapshot, and I've picked this up before, actually recently a couple of times, so shouldn't really need to go into explaining this game too much to you guys, but the condition on this one's in pretty excellent shape. It's in really good shape, so that's kind of nice right there. I'll probably just team it up with that actual this right here and sell that off. Now, I looked up on price charting and looked at eBay and stuff like that, and together these generally go for I think like around 40 bucks, so I should be able to sell that off locally for a bit cheaper than that and make a pretty good profit off that, or trade wise pretty good. This is a really fun hockey game. I mean, if you haven't checked it out, you probably should. If you're a hockey game fan, then that one's probably gonna be right up your alley. And then this one here, interesting. I picked this up actually complete before, and it's interesting because it is another sports title. People overlook it, I think, because nobody really jumped on it and the ad was up for quite some time. But I'm going to pick it up all day long, and it's Tiger Woods PGA Tour 12, the Masters. And this one here, I don't know what it is about this game, but it seems to go for quite a bit, so that's pretty cool. And it seems to have like just about everything in here. There's even like a bonus thing here. I don't know what this is for. It's like a subscription to a magazine. That's kind of interesting. I don't even think that was in my other one. And like I said, though, I don't know what it is about this game, but for some reason it has some value still. You wouldn't think that a Tiger Woods sports game would, but this one does. And the disc on it's absolutely mint, so that's really nice. That's probably just going to get sold off. I'm not really that interested in golf games. Like I said, I have no clue why this is as valuable as it is, but when I see it, I'm going to pick it up because it could be good trade fodder or things like that. Moving on from there, I stopped in at a Goodwill and again took advantage of their for $30, spend $30, save 10 kind of deal. I was looking at a couple of titles and then decided, hey, I'll just pick out enough to fill up the deal kind of thing. So first one I picked up was Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga for the Wii, and this one here is complete, which is really nice. The disc on it is in really great shape. So this is the same store that had some Wii titles the other day, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday, that were pretty scratched up, but these ones seem to be in good shape. They wanted $5 for it, but I paid like $3.33 because I took advantage of that deal. So next one's Lego Indiana Jones, the original adventure. It's also complete, which is really nice. I actually left a number of titles behind. It has some fingerprints on it, but otherwise in good shape. I left some other titles behind, but picked up a few titles that I was interested in. Basically, I left ones that were like of equal value to these ones there. So I sort of picked and choose things that I wanted, and I really love these Lego games. That's why I kind of went for them. And then the next one is the same kind of idea, Lego Indiana Jones 2: The Adventure Continues for the Wii. So that's pretty cool right there. I played these on the 360, never played the Wii versions before. I'm sure they're not quite as good as the 360 ones, although they'll probably use the motion controls, which might be kind of fun. We'll have to see. But I do really enjoy, like I said, these Lego games. So I like to pick them up when I can and want to get them in my collection, obviously, because I'm a big fan. The next one is Call of Duty Black Ops for the Wii, which is kind of interesting. Not a huge shooter fan or anything like that, but didn't really want to leave this behind. And a Wii version of it might be kind of interesting. Again, the disc is like in pretty good shape. Not too bad, maybe some small scratches on there. So that's pretty awesome right there. A title I didn't have already, so pretty cool to find that one. And then moving on, I actually picked up a GameCube title. Nothing uber valuable, but if it's GameCube stuff I don't have and it's like not really sports, then I'm gonna go for it. So this one here is Bionicle. So that's pretty cool. I don't really know a whole lot about it. Obviously it's like some sort of Lego thing too, I guess. I wasn't really paying attention to Bionicle kind of stuff when it came out, but I'm fairly certain it has something to do with Lego. Yeah, it says Lego on the back there, so that's pretty cool. I don't know a whole lot about this, so I'll have to check it out and see if it's any good, but it's totally complete, so that's pretty sweet right there. And the disc condition on this one is really decent, probably better than good, so that's an awesome find. It's a game I didn't have already to add to the GameCube collection. If I hold on to it, I'm not really sure I will. If it's you know, decent. I'll probably hold on to it though. And then the last one for PlayStation 3 is Medal of Honor Airborne. Didn't have this in my collection either, so I thought I'd pick it out as one of the titles of the 6 that you buy when you're doing the deal. And this one here is in like mint condition, so it's absolutely perfect, which kind of surprises me because you think if somebody bought this, they would have put it through the, you know, the ropes playing it, but it's still pretty cool. Kind of game to add into the collection. I don't know if I'll get to it anytime soon, but still, for, you know, a few dollars, it's definitely worth doing. So that was sort of the pickups. Like, I thought that was pretty good for 20 bucks right there to pick up those 6 titles, which is kind of nice. The last 2 games here I actually picked up from a Value Village. Now this has a bit of a backstory to it because on Sunday previously I walked into the Value Village and there's absolutely nothing there for me, but I checked the bin of incoming stuff, which is just sitting by the door, and you can look right in there, and I saw a box sitting there and I was like, oh, that really interests me. There was an N64 in there with a bunch of games, a couple controllers, things like that. But when I took it up to the counter, the guy said he couldn't price it right there or whatever. It was Sunday, so people weren't working the back on pricing, which basically hinders any chance of getting things priced out that day. So he said come back and it'll eventually be out on the floor kind of thing. So I did that. I basically came back every single day this week, and it finally showed up. Today's Thursday, so it took about 4 days to come out. But when I went up to take a look at the games, and I already saw the condition of them when they were in the box or whatever, they're pretty beat up and abused and things like that. So I only picked up a couple of titles just because their prices are just a little bit out of what I'd like to be paying for games. So that's that. But the first one I picked up here is F-Zero X. For that one there, they wanted $9.99, which $10. In this condition, it's basically worth probably about that. So I'll be looking to upgrade that later. But for now, that's pretty good. I'll get that into my collection, clean it up. It looks like it's going to take quite a bit of cleaning though. I kind of, you know, was discussing it a little bit with them to, like, because of the fact that they haven't tested these or anything like that, and the potential for these having been abused so much that they actually work, you're taking a pretty big risk at $10, and they're just like, oh well, whatever, you know, kind of attitude. So not really impressed with speaking with people there, at least, about these kind of things. They should be, you know, pricing them thrift wise, especially if they're not going to test them out. But the next one here, definitely worth taking a gamble on. Unfortunately, the label's really beat up and the cart's in like pretty horrid shape, but it's Super Mario 64. So hopefully I can clean this up a little bit, and I will sell this off or trade it off. I already have this in my collection, so I'm not too worried about the condition of this particular one. Just would have been nice to get in better condition, because, you know, collectors would like to have nice labels and things like that. But you know, I'll clean it up and that'll be pretty good to go. Obviously a stellar title to pick up, but for $10 it's a pretty good deal, I think, and hopefully I'll be able to recoup some of my costs, because I did go through quite a bit of cash today buying a lot of this stuff. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.